All my life, I've studied Zen. When I was young, I got involved in martial arts. I idolized not only the warriors, but also the great Zen masters. I spent my entire life learning about Zen, trying to understand it. And that's where I went wrong. It's not about understanding Zen, it's about experiencing it. I remember when I first heard stories about how some of the great masters would have their students take one story and focus on one story for 10 years at a time. And for me, in my own desire to want to learn as much as possible, I remember feeling claustrophobic. Like if I didn't have access to books and I couldn't learn, and someone only doled out one story to me at a time for 10 years, I would feel like I wanted to know so much more. What I've learned since then, what I understand in this moment is this. Sitting with the same tale for 10 years gives you an opportunity to understand that everything is beyond what we can discuss or talk about. I remember the great mythologist Joseph Campbell, one of the greatest teachers in my life. Not that I ever met him personally, but I read everything I could get my hands on, and I would watch his videos. Anything I could get from him, I would learn from. And Joseph Campbell once quoted someone saying that the greatest things in life are not said. The second best things are trying to describe those best things. And then the third best things are conversation. It's what we do. But when it comes to understanding something which is beyond understanding or beyond words, it's about experience. So when you take a student who sits with one story for 10 years, that student starts to understand it not just here, but here. And I have started to really get what this means. I'm 50 years old and I've literally been reading Zen stuff since I was a teenager. I got really involved in it through my 20s and 30s and 40s, and now here I am trying to offer you insight, something that can help you practically in your everyday life. And here's what I can tell you. You do have access to incredible amounts of information, but you can also get really distracted by seeking more. Almost the comedian Jerry Seinfeld, when he said men aren't interested on what's on TV, they're interested on what else is on TV. And in the same way, we can start to think, well, there must be better knowledge out there. There must be something more that I don't know. And that will lead to some incredible enlightenment or understanding. But the more accurate reality, at least as I understand it in this moment, is that it's not about having a bunch of different information. It's about living the wisdom that you know. Anyone can accrue information, and in this world, especially with the onset of AI and the ability for people to access information at their fingertips, things that the history of humanity could have only dreamt to have learned or known, we now can know at a click of a button, at our voice asking the question. But none of that changes the reality that it's how you live the information that matters. So instead of seeking more and more, instead of looking for some answer somewhere outside of yourself, I would invite you to look inward. I would invite you to take any piece of wisdom that resonates with you, any piece of wisdom that resonates with you, and sit with it, meditate on it, spend time really trying to get it, not here, but here. And when you live that wisdom, what you might just find is that when you truly get it, other wildly different information all of a sudden will appear at your fingertips. It's almost as if there is a great outer shell to knowledge. And when you can really break through and understand that it's all one, then what happens to you is, well, I'll let you figure that out for yourself. But in regard to what I can offer you, it is the insight into sitting with the wisdom that you have. Go deeper and experience what happens? Until next time, as always, I wish you much peace.